Have you ever been certain you knew the person you married better than anyone, only to wake up one day and realize you've been living with a stranger? I believed our marriage was built on trust, on love, on a bond nothing could break. Then one night everything I thought I knew about my life fell apart inside my own home when I uncovered the worst betrayal. It was a Friday evening and I came home earlier than planned. I was supposed to be at the office for a late meeting, but plans changed. I wanted to surprise my wife, maybe take her out, spend some time together. I opened the door quietly, expecting the TV, or the smell of something cooking. Instead I heard something else: soft laughter, hushed voices, a sound that made my stomach drop before my brain caught up. At first I assumed friends were over. But as I moved in, the laughter grew clearer and the unmistakable noises of intimacy filled the hallway. My heart hammered. My hands went numb. I walked down the hall, each step heavier than the last, until I pushed the bedroom door open. There she was. My wife, the woman I had promised my life to, in our bed with one of my closest friends. For a moment everything stopped. I felt disconnected from my body. My friend's face went white. He scrambled for his clothes, but fury took over before reason did. I seized him by the collar, slapped him, and threw him out of the house like the coward he proved to be. He stumbled into the night half-dressed, leaving only shame behind. Then I turned to her. She sat there calmly, not even covering herself. I expected tears, apologies, and explanation. Instead she met me with a look of cold defiance. My chest tightened as I started shouting, demanding answers that would not come. How could she do this? Why bring him into our home, our sanctuary? Why betray the person who loved her most? Her reply is burned into me. She snapped, voice hard. If you cannot handle me sleeping with your friends, then leave. They are real men. Those words cut deeper than the act itself. It was not only cheating. It was humiliation. It was deliberate disrespect. It was her ridiculing me, stripping away what dignity I had left. I stood frozen, hands shaking, vision narrowing. It felt like the walls around me were closing in. I asked again, desperate, "Do you mean that?" She did not flinch. She showed no remorse. She doubled down, as if cruelty empowered her. In that instant I understood this was not the woman I thought I had married. This was not love. This was not a mistake. It was a choice, a willful decision to wound me, to destroy what we had, to spit on the years we built. Slowly, the rage ebbed and a hollow came in its place. I inhaled, met her gaze, and said quietly, "You are right." She blinked, perhaps expecting another scene, another fight. I gave her none of that. I walked to the closet, took out my clothes, and began packing a bag. She made no move to stop me. She did not beg or explain. She sat as if she had already written me off. With every shirt I folded and every pair of jeans I shoved in the bag, the pressure on my chest eased. By the time I zipped the bag, I was certain there was no returning. I stood in the doorway, looked once at the woman who had been my whole world, and told her, "I am leaving for good. Do not expect me back." Then I left. I closed the door behind me. The cool night air hit my face, and for the first time in a long while I felt something I had not felt in years. Free. Broken, yes. Shattered, yes. But free. Sometimes the only way to win is to stop fighting for someone who will not fight for you. I never went back to that house. I never spoke to her again. The pain from that night stayed with me, but so did the lesson. Love is not just desire. It requires respect, loyalty, and honesty. Without them, love is a word without meaning. What I lost that night hurt deeply, but what I gained was clarity. I left with my dignity intact, determined never to be treated as less than I deserve. If you are listening and you have been betrayed, humiliated, or broken by someone you trusted, remember this: you do not have to stay. You do not have to keep fighting for someone who will not fight for you. Sometimes the bravest act is to pack your bag and walk away. The moment she spat those cruel words, I thought my life had ended. In reality, it had only just begun.